How would you like to create $20,000 from a book that you're going to absolutely love creating? It's a book about something you're interested in, one of your passions, and a bit of knowledge that you know a lot about, one of your interests, something like that. Creating a book like that you're going to love creating because it's something close to your heart, and making minimum $20,000 in sales like I did here. Well, I'm going to show you in this video, okay? My name's Jace Perry. I make money self-publishing books on Amazon. The most I made was $50,000 in 1 month with a $21,000 profit. I've also sold an Amazon account for $210,000. I've documented everything in my Instagram. Check me out if you want to check out all my journey and all the numbers and everything. Yeah, on my Instagram, document my whole journey. Okay, so in this video, let's talk about a book you actually want to create and to make money in it, because that's the dream, isn't it? The dream is writing a book or creating a book that you really want to do. Like, you're talking about a specific subject, you're talking about passion, something that's close to your heart, and you create. Because the beauty of that, and I'll tell you what I did with this book in a minute, the beauty of that is it doesn't feel like work at all. You just love every part of it, and I loved creating this book, and I'm going to share with you the details of this book. But let's talk about the numbers of this book first so you can see what happened. You can see this is my Instagram post that I posted back in May 2025. This book had made around $20,000 between September and May, 23,000. And what happened was it started off like low figures here, and then I'll go into the you see here, this chart shows it well actually. You see, when I first launched it, it was unprofitable because the strategy I would use would be high ad spend, aggressive ads to get it out there to as many people as possible. Then I'd make money as it starts ranking organically, like it did here. Look, I spent money here. It went to nearly, I think it was about minus $600 1 month. And then I left it, kind of broke even, then started making a bit of profit, tiny bits here. This is like literally, we're talking like $50 to $100 profit on these months, but still profit, right? In a book that I love creating, that's a win. That'd be a win for a lot of people. Just creating a book that gives you $100 every month profit, like passive income. To me, that was a win. And up to that point, I was winning. I was happy with it. I'll be happy just to leave it running. Got to about November now, and it shot up to about $300-400 profit. Then come December, boom, look at that, 6,700. No, sorry, it was 6,700. Let me see. Then it made me 6,000. No, yeah, I think it was 6,700 just in December, if I remember correctly. Did I write anything here? No, maybe I think the net royalties altogether was 6,700. So maybe I think in December, maybe there it is. There, look, you can see here, made just over 5,000 net profit just in December on this one book that I absolutely love creating. And then it just carried on here, giving me about $300 to $400 of profit. Up to about here, dropped to about maybe $100 to $400 profit every single month. This one book I love creating. So what was the book? Let's talk about that and how you can do the same as well. That book was on illustrating. Now, in my other life, I'm an illustrator. I was selling a lot of NFTs. If you don't know, those are those crypto illustrations and artwork. And that's when I really came to life to try and make money from my illustrations. And I was making about $600 to $800 worth per drawing. That's how crazy the crypto market is. People just chuck money at stuff. So I was making good money with that. But then that all come crashing down. So when I got into the KDP thing, I was like, hold up, there's books selling on illustrating. There's how to draw books. Why don't I do a how to draw book now? It took me about 3 to 4 weeks, but I loved it because it's doing something I enjoy. Now, here's the thing though. We'll talk about that bit first. Like something you're passionate about, how it gives you an advantage first. That's what we'll talk about first. Then I'm going to talk about how to actually position your interests and knowledge to actually make money, because there's a skill involved in that. But let's talk about why my book sold first. Because I know the subject. I'm not just faking it. And if you know a subject really well and someone else knows a subject really well, you talk a certain language. Okay, I knew certain things to add in my book that I knew someone that would be trying to draw would need, like how to hold a pencil. That's one thing. Like not many people do that. How to hold an actual pencil. Like when you know a subject, you know the details that most people don't know. So someone else that doesn't know how to draw and they see other how to draw books selling, and they jump on it because you can create in AI. You create a whole book in AI, but then they don't have these little details. Okay. And because I know a subject well, I knew how to title it. I knew what to say in the subtitle. I knew what to say in the description. It's these little details that make it more appealing, because you're a human being that knows it and you're talking to another human being. See, AI still messes this up. I try and use AI for copywriting and it's still crap. Even the GPTs that are meant to be built for copywriting is still rubbish, because it's not quite got that human talking to a human thing yet. That's why I always teach it. That's why I teach in my course to, when you do your title and subtitle and description, you do it. You can use AI to help out, but you do it. So you're talking, imagine you're talking to a customer there, and this book lives or dies on your ability to talk to them about the benefits of the book. Okay? You talk to them like a human being, right? So if you know a subject, you can talk to other people that know the subject on a human level. Okay? So there's little details there that help to sell the book. Okay? And also, if you know a subject well, then the actual book's going to be decent. All right? The interior. Now, I always say that's really got nothing to do with selling a book, because most people don't see what's inside. Okay? But you're going to get good reviews. All right? That book, if I remember correctly, had like a 4.8 on about 300, like 150 to 200 reviews or something like that, and it was like 4.8. It's very high. I don't think I had one single bad review, because I knew the subject well. Okay, so it's got longevity now. Okay, this gives you longevity in sales. Forgotten how to spell longevity. This gives you longevity in sales. Now, the beauty of this is, if you nail it, or when you nail it, okay, and your book starts selling, you know that this is going to be a good earner for a long time, because you know it's a good book. You know it's talking to a specific customer, because you know the customer, and I'll show you how to position it. You know it's in a place that can make money, and then it's getting good reviews. That becomes now a passive digital asset that will keep paying you, like my book would have as well. Okay, so you know the subject well. It's going to come out in the way you talk to the customer. Yes, it will be a good book, but the way you talk to the customer, the bit that sells it, will be a really good title, the cover, description, A+ content. That's a good one. This is a good one. A+ content's a good one when you know a subject well, because you get a chance to sell the book in a visual way, and that's more powerful, I find, in the description. And I think more people will check the A+ content than the description, because people tend to just scroll, and then if it catches them visually, the A+ content, if you don't know what that is, it's the little visual thing when you scroll down on a product. You know, it's got visuals there to show what the product's about. I think that attracts more attention than the description, and you can really sell it, especially if you know the subject well. Okay, so these are like the advantages it gives you when you know a subject. Now, here's the thing though. How do you position it? Plus, I'm going to put a little heart there. So the money and your passion and the interest, how do you position it to actually make money? I got lucky because drawing books are in demand. They're selling quite well, and they're selling at a high price. So what we want to do is, whatever passion you're into, we want to integrate it to somewhere where there's money in terms of sales, like demand and high price. And I'll tell you why in a minute, but let me show you how you can do that. Let's just go to Amazon right now, and let's just say that you're in let me just think, what would you be good at? I did say, let's say that you know here's a good example. I showed this before. Just say you're a doctor, you know, or you're a pharmacist, or you know about pharmaceutical drugs. Check this out. Colouring book. You know I shit on colour books a lot because there's too many colour books. Okay, so the prices are typically low. But then I do say, if you're going to do a colour book, integrate some sort of specialist knowledge, something you know about, into it, so you can price it higher. I'm just going to type colouring book farmer, see if it comes up. Pharmacist colouring book. There was one here. Where is it? I think it was pharmacology. So excuse me if I don't know my terms, if this has anything to do with being a doctor. But just so you know about pharmacology, look at this one here. Pharmacology. It's actually a study guide. So this, just imagine that you were, is this for nurses? All right, just imagine that you're a nurse, okay? You know a bit about pharmacology. And again, excuse my ignorance if I'm talking out my arse, because I don't know anything about this. But you can see here now, this is a pharmacology colouring book. This is what it is. But it's positioned itself as a study guide. Because the person that created this, or the knowledge they have, and I'm guessing they kind of just made up this knowledge looking at the reviews, because it's got 4.6, it's already got a 3-star review. So they don't actually know it. But you can see the way they're trying to position it. Just say that you know pharmacology, you know the drug stuff, okay? Instead of just creating a book about drugs, you position it into a way, into like a big niche that has a lot of money, colouring books, but you position it like this, so it's specifically on your knowledge. Sorry about the noise, my window's open, there's a bike going down there. Okay, so if we have a look at the example here, if we read the sample, sorry, you can see here it's got all the different drugs, loads of different drugs, and then I'm guessing, there you go, it's got like, look, you colour it in, be like brand name, Valium, side effects, mechanism of action, anxiety, blah blah blah. You colour this in, you make a note of the side effects and blah blah blah, and then you learn about it. Okay, same here. This drugs, that thing. You can see what they've done here, but this person must have had to get that knowledge, right? Just imagine you know pharmacology. This is your thing, right? You produce a book like this, right? It's selling at $19.99. All right, it's selling at 14,000 BSR. Let's just do a quick bit of maths on that. KDP royalty calculator. I'm guessing it's an 8.5. Yeah, 8.5 by 11 inch, 229 pages. Quite a beefy book. So whoever done this made a lot of effort to create it. And that's the thing. You know, a lot of effort, interest and stuff, a lot of expertise goes into it, and it separates them from the competition. That's why they can price it that much. 229 pages. That's why they can price it that much and make sales. Okay, $19.99. Look at that, $7.10 per sale. You're not going to get that with an ordinary colouring book. Yeah, and check out how much it's selling. It's at currently it's at the BSR's here, 16,000 BSR. Okay, I'm going to do BSR calculator. I always use this one here. This is relatively accurate. 60,000 BSR, 11 times a day. Okay, 11 times a day, making $7 a day. So that's about what, $77? $77 in royalties a day. Times that by 30. 2,300 in royalties a day from this book, one book, just because they position it right, using something they know about. Or the information. This was the other one I was going to show you actually. This is a pharmacology, again, colouring book. Look, and this, what I like about this one is I think it's very simply done. But again, the reviews are questionable. When it's 4.5, right, it's got these reviews. This tells me that the person that created it doesn't actually know the subject that well. All right, because if they did, you wouldn't be getting bad reviews. So this is what I'm saying to you guys. If you know a subject really well, and for one, if you can cross it into the colour book niche, make sure you start your book strong. Make sure the people reading it to start with, because most people might only read the first bit of the book or just start it. Make sure they know damn well that you know the subject well. And I did that in my illustration book. I started it off strong. All right, I started it off with, you're just getting to know illustration. I've been doing illustration for like 20 years. This is how you hold your pencil. This is how you draw a box. This is how you do 3D. This is how you do shadows. Like, I started off strong and I had a 4.8 average review. So for some reason, this is getting like bad reviews. I don't think they knew it well, but same thing though. Look, $20.31, selling at 130k BSR. Let's just see that one, 130. It's less than one book a day. Let's just say one book every 2 days, but still, look at the royalties. I'm just going to chuck in 20.30 here. Let's just check the amount of pages. 145 pages, so this one's more of a money grab, I think. I think whoever created this doesn't know the subject that well. That's why it's picking up some bad reviews. But still, look, $8.72. It's making a sale, just say every other day. $8.72. That's good royalties. And that asset will just keep selling. And this is people that I don't think actually know the subject. You know the subject, right? All you do is you know the subject, okay? So you want to, I'm going to give you step by step now to wrap this up, okay? So you can take something away, sorry, I'm talking away from my microphone here. So you can take something away from this video and actually go and implement this now, okay? Step by step what to do. First, what knowledge are you going to share? Make sure it's something that you really actually do care about, something you love talking about, something you could create a lot of books in and you'd love doing it, all right? Because you're probably going to do more than one book. All right. So step one, figure out the love. What is it? Your passion. What is it you want to do? Step two. Now this is very, very important. The bit most authors miss. Where's the money? Find a niche, like colour book, big niche, where there's money. And it's very easy to see that, how to find. If you don't know how, you just go onto Amazon. Just say, I'm just going to write trivia books because this is something I know, just to show you. Trivia books, just say any type of book, okay? Any type of book. And this one here, I won't click on his ad. On more ads. God, they're really piling up the ads, aren't they? They do like one? Oh no, there's organic as well. And I was going to say, Amazon just want you advertising, don't they? I'll save that conversation for another video. But yeah, Baby Boomer, Nostalgia. I know that senior trivia books sell really well. I wanted to show you one here. So just say senior trivia books. Okay, this niche. The way you tell is you just find a book that's selling above $10, above $12 if possible. You know what? Let me just say it now. Find above $12 because you can find it. And see if there's one book selling below 50,000 BSR. See the bestsellers rank? This is 20,000, so all good. It's above $12. This is a nostalgic trivia for seniors. So now I know my niche, right? Find a niche like that. Let me summarize here for you. Big niche. It's got one book, at least one plus book below 50,000 bestsellers rank. Sorry about the noise again. I've got all my windows open here because it's roasting. I'm in Mauritius. It's like 30 degrees, so I need to have everything open. I don't use aircon. Right, 50,000 BSR and above $12. So find that first. Spend time finding this, okay? And then you're just going to stick to that one niche. Stick to that one niche, and what you do is you cross these two together. Very simple. You can use ChatGPT for this, but a lot of the time you can just work it out. Like for instance, I like drawing. I want to cross it into the seniors trivia niche. So I do like trivia drawings, like where it's got trivia and then it's got a drawing as well that maybe they colour in or they finish off a drawing. Something big, large print, bit more basic where they finish off the drawing based on the trivia. So senior trivias and drawing. And I know memory games is another big one. I'll do like memory games and drawing, stuff like that. So you think creatively and use ChatGPT or think how you can cross it into there. Yeah, I mean, if your passion or love or whatever is already in demand, then you're good. Then you could just create money like that. But I know a lot of guys and girls, a lot of authors, they like writing about stuff. They like discussing certain subjects they're specialised in, but it's not got a lot of money in it. So they need to cross it into something else. I just spoke to a guy yesterday actually who's big on thriller writing. And he asked me, like, what would he do with thriller writing? Now, I had a quick look at thriller books. It's quite saturated. A lot of them selling low price. And I said, if you're good at thriller writing, that sort of thing, cross it into, like, the true crime puzzle book activity books. Because those books sell really, really well. They're priced really, really well. And they're very, very giftable. Because people will just buy that for people based on the cover and title. Because it's very, very interesting. And if you know something about it, you know how to write, like, suspense. You know how to write crime. You're good with that. And use that. Integrate that into the book. And make sure, this is very important, first 20 pages. make sure that the reader knows damn well that you're an expert at this subject in the first 20 pages, just in case. And a lot of people do this. They only read the beginning of the book and then they put it down. Then they get an email from Amazon asking to leave a review. They're going to remember that book. That guy knows his shit in that book. That's going to be a good book when I get around to reading it. Let me leave a good review now. They might not read it ever again, but you got that good review, okay? Make sure you start strong. All right, so that's just to wrap it up, guys and girls. Use your passion, use your skills, use your love, use your knowledge, right? But use it, integrate it into a place where there's money, okay? And be creative about it. Use ChatGPT if you're struggling, but just make sure there's money there, and just keep creating books in that one niche. Just take some of that money, and you really start enjoying it because it's a good skill. It's your passion, your love, so you're going to enjoy writing your books. Okay, that's the way I teach my students how to like pick a niche and have an unfair advantage in the niche. If you want my whole system, just comment unlock below, and I'll send you the details to unlock my whole system. Subscribe for more videos. I'm here every day at the moment, so I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.